Tēnā koutou katoa. I am Kyle March. Welcome to Aotearoa, New Zealand for the Trans-Tasman Challenge. Here with me is my partner in crime,
Bartek Evertovsky.
And we are here to bring you some fantastic ice hockey action this weekend. You will be listening to us all weekend long. Bartek, let's tee up this game tonight. How are you feeling?
I am excited. So New Zealand and Australia here at Paradise Botany in Auckland, New Zealand. So last time Australia hosted the Ice Blacks over in Melbourne, I believe, and New Zealand in the second game managed to win their first ever victory on Australian ice, or Australian soil, however you want to put it, with a beautiful feed from Jackson Fontaine to Alex Regan at the back door in OT, 3-on-3 overtime to seal that win. So the country was buzzing, the entire hockey community in New Zealand, a small but very passionate community here in Auckland. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And so as we were talking about off camera, I think the name of today's game is going to be speed changes and puck possession. We mentioned, Connor McDavid. You mentioned Mitch Marner when he scored for Team Canada, being able to change speed, create space for a beautiful goal from Sam Bennett. I think the team that's going to be able to control the puck and control the pace of the game is going to be quite successful tonight.
Yeah, it's a big ice surface here. We're playing, I believe it's maybe partway between NHL and international size. It's definitely bigger than a North American style rink. Being both from North America, that's what we're used to, Barrie and Brampton, Ontario.
Shout out the Barrie Colts, here we go.
Both Kiwis.
What you're seeing here on the screen, New Zealand will be playing and hosting this year Division 2B next month down in the beautiful city of Dunedin. Unbelievable rink down there. I've had the pleasure of playing there a few times. And Australia is in Division 2A. Looks like, so last year they won it, as you were mentioning, Bartek, they won 2-1. 2023 they won it 3-0. And I think 2022, they also won that 3-0.
Yeah, they swept the series 2022-2023. I believe 2022, New Zealand pushed them a bit in the first game. They got some good goaltending from Chuba and Reason. 2023, unfortunately, the Australians walked all over New Zealand, but New Zealand came back with a vengeance in 2024 and won that awesome, exciting overtime game. And the two players that contributed to that victory, contributed to that goal at the end, Alex Regan and Jackson Fontaine, are out here again for the Ice Blacks. Two very young, talented, fast players. And as you were talking about speed changes, those are very fast players. We've got big ice surface. So personally, my sort of strategy, if I was the Ice Blacks coach, I am not as tactically gifted as the Ice Blacks coach, but I think what I would do is, as New Zealand, I would try to play a very defensive game, clog up the neutral zone, and maybe hit Australia on the counterattack with those fast skaters when the Australians slip up, lull them into a false sense of security. But it can be a dangerous game to play. You need to rely on your defense and your goaltender to really prevent the Australians from scoring. I think New Zealand really wants to prevent Australia from getting that first goal. New Zealand are the underdogs here. As you mentioned, Australia is in a division higher than New Zealand, so they need to adjust their style of play to compensate. And I believe you were talking about how the difference in preparation for these two teams, that Australia has started their season, whereas,
if I'm not mistaken, yes, from what I understand, they get to start their AIHL sooner than what the New Zealand Ice Hockey League starts. So, again, like you say, that preparation. We're just getting ready here for the national anthems. I assure you don't want to hear our singing voices, so we will turn it over to the professionals.
Okay, everyone, if you're able, please stand and remove your hats for the singing of tonight's national anthems. First Australia, followed by New Zealand, both sung by Jared Brown. Australians
Beautiful singing by Jared
Beautiful.
Brown.
Absolutely. That
Hopefully, those of you watching at home, that you're getting that same sort of sound quality we're enjoying.
Absolutely.
Especially the Terreo.
The Terreo was beautiful. Yes, he did. He did
sung.
sing that quite well. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the Terreo version of the New Zealand anthem. He sung in both Terreo and English, as is traditional. Terreo one always sounds inspiring.
For those of you not familiar, Terreo is the Māori language. So the Māori are the native people here of Aotearoa, New Zealand, and so Terreo is their language. So shout out to James Cook High School, which is the high school I teach at. Helped me say with my pronunciation. So shout out to those guys there.
Your pronunciation is definitely better than mine. Despite his smooth Barrie accent, Kyle is a Kiwi. He was born here. I'm a pretend Kiwi, naturalized. My wife was nice enough to import me here to this beautiful country.
She is a very lovely lady. Well, it looks like we are all teed up here and we are ready to rock. I'm excited. I've been looking forward to this for a few weeks here, Bartek. I don't know about you, but
I am very excited. I wonder if this, I doubt this will have the fire of the Canada-US rivalry that we saw in the Four Nations Cup, but it might come close. This is the big hockey rivalry of the Southern Hemisphere.
This is a rivalry, as we were saying, that started on the dessert tables of the arenas of Pavlova to a rugby pitch to a cricket field, and now we're writing another chapter here on the ice. And boy, am I excited.
I love it.
So it looks like the Australian captain, let me find his name here, excuse me a moment, folks. Cameron Todd will be facing off against number 21, Dylan Devlin. And the officials are ready. The ice is set. Let's drop the puck. Jackson Fontaine jumping through the middle there. Chipped out in the neutral zone here. Devlin controls it over to Chalice. Chalice swings it cross ice to Fontaine. He's into the zone. Cutting wide, he'll swing it behind the net. Kashia picks it up and rims it around the wall there. Battle for it along the half wall. Just stays in with Fontaine looking to attack the net. Watch there by Kashia. Fontaine cycles it back around. Devlin and Chalice give chase. That gets chipped out to Amston.
Good for a shift by Jackson Fontaine there.
Absolutely.
He's bringing the intensity early. Love to see it. Not nervous at all.
Got to set the tone with that first shift. Amston over to Burns, the New Zealand captain. He makes a move to the middle. He's harassed by Tyler Kubara. But Amston comes back and deflects that puck out of play. Great regroup there by Australia. Tyler Kubara coming back into that neutral zone to harass Callum Burns and create a turnover there.
Yeah, almost turned into something dangerous, but they weren't able to get that centering pass. The two Kubara brothers, absolute menaces out there. They've played in the last 3 series. I know they got on the score sheet a few times. New Zealand have to watch out for them.
Absolutely, yes. Good face-off win by Michael Atwell. Unable to clear there, but he was able to deflect the shot by from Brunt. Daigle swings it cross ice. Kozak giving chase. No, excuse me, that was Freer, excuse me.
He does look a little bit like Kozak when skating.
A little bit.
Far away.
A little bit. Here comes Freer on the forecheck there on Brunt. Swinging around the net. Excuse me, it's not. It's Chris Eden, excuse me. Shot from Daigle. Great pass.
That was a great chance there.
Freer chips it up to the top. To Mike Mitchell Freer, excuse me. Swing around to the other side. Alex Regan giving chase. He's in a battle there with 3 Mighty Roos. As come out to the neutral zone here with Freer. And he'll dump it in and look to head to the bench for a change. Regan gets in there first. Great reverse check on Pretorius. But the Mighty Roos are able to come out with the puck. Swung back. Pretorius will go back to his own zone to retrieve it. Reverses it. Up to the wall, but not out. Now it gets out from Webster. Up to Lashenko. Here he comes on the near side. Sandoy after him. Flynn Hayward-Jones giving support to his D partner. Connor Harrison not able to clear the zone. Here comes Hayward-Jones. He'll clear that to center ice. That gets touched in, not for icing, off a black player. Regan reverses it to Sandoy. Up to Harrison, back to Sandoy. He looks cross ice off the shin pads of Dalmato. Webster kicks it over. Ruck will give chase to Dalmato. He goes over to Hayward-Jones. He goes up the wall, just through the stick of Harrison. And Australia would dump it in. Here they are hard on the forecheck. Number 4, Woodman giving chase. He finishes a check on Sandoy. Harrison swings it cross ice. Hayward-Jones heads up. Just avoid a nice check from Chen.
New Zealand
Comes
doing
up.
really well to bring that intensity early so far. Not how I drew it up. I thought they were going to sit back a bit, but they're bringing the fire.
Funes back in his own zone with it. He goes D to D to his partner, O'Hanley, and he swings it wide. Looks like he's missed everybody, and that'll go for icing.
Did you expect New Zealand to come so hard to start this one?
I'm not sure. I didn't know what to expect, to be honest with you, Bartek. I think both teams are quite excited to be here. You know that old adage, hit or be hit on your first shift. So I think it's kind of like you say that the Four Nations Cup, the intensity's up. It's going to stay up. Clean win from Devlin back to Burns. Puts a shot on net. I think that hit something. It may have hit the mesh if I'm not mistaken, but we play on. Amston battling with it. Lodge comes through the neutral zone. He's poke checked by Fontaine. Devlin kicks it forward. O'Hanley with it now. Heads up. Finds Chen. Chen looking for a pass. Deflected in, no icing. Burns starting in his own zone. Wheeling up with it. Looks for a pass. Nobody home. Number 5, Kashia sends it. He'll send it the other way. That one will go for icing.
So I can see in the chat, so thank you to Volrath, who is giving us some stats on previous series. So in 2019, New Zealand won the series 2-1 in Queenstown. In 2018, New Zealand won 2-1 in Queenstown again. 2017, Australia won 2-1 in Queenstown. So New Zealand has been able to take some wins off of Australia in the past. Looks like Queenstown is a lucky arena for the Ice Blacks. Hopefully they can replicate that luck over here in
Clean
Botany.
breakout by Australians there. Carini will go in first. Looks for a pass, hit a skate, deflected. Here comes Freer, who wields in. Can't quite get the red line. Great back check by Todd. He sends it forward to Steven. Sends it in front. Great save, Chaba. And the net gets dislodged. Doesn't look like New Zealand will be able to change. Great save from Chaba, moving from his left to his right. A great pass from Steven. As you can see on the replay, Atwell forcing him outside, fires that pass across, and that was number 17. Just missed that chance.
Good save by Chaba. I think he got his stick on it, so it's good to see an active stick. It's important to get your stick on those sort of passes through the crease. Don't let it trickle through there.
Face off to Chaba's right. Battle draw won by Australia. Shot, and Chaba will snap that up. Shot from Miettinen. I apologize if I mispronounced that name. Anyone in the comments, please correct me if I'm saying that wrong.
Yeah, good save by Chaba there. I think he almost scoops it up off the ice. Could have come off the pad, but much safer to scoop it up, get that whistle.
Kubara with another face-off victory. Gets cycled back in by Miettinen. Kubara and Freer will battle for it. Daigle with it. Hounded. Great pass to Eden. Eden finds middle ice. Over to Freer, who'll dump it in. Kubara will get there first, and the Australia will turn up ice. He gets the red line, looks to get it deep, but not all the way. Freer D to D to his partner, Daigle. Daigle hang on to it. He'll reset here for the Ice Blacks in his own zone. Couple changes here for New Zealand, and here we go. Eden up that right side. One move, and he'll get it in, and he'll look to change. Regan getting in there first. Pretorius with a great stick, that long reach. Jordan Brunt sends it forward. That pass is intercepted, and Harrison will dump it down. Dalmatau giving chase onto Toivonen, who sends it over, and that gets up in the middle. Lashenko sends it deep, and he'll chase his own dump in. Regan all over it. Still a battle in that corner, Regan and Lashenko. That gets kicked out in front. Hayward Jones is there. Up to Harrison, who looked to battle it out. Great play by Ruck, who keeps it in for a moment and gets sent out. Toivonen sends that away up to his D. Here comes Webster through middle ice. He kicks it out wide to Ruck, who stop it back. The Australians here setting up an offense. Look for a pass in front. That hit a post. Scramble, and we're out there.
Oh, that was a close one. Almost bobbled in.
Alone in front. Great save, Chaba Ruck. A great pass from Webster.
Yeah, great save by Chaba there. Staying calm, staying in the center of the crease, not chasing too much, and takes it right in the breadbasket, covers up. The Australian goalie has played well as well. I appreciate his puck handling. He's looking confident out there, handling the puck, moving it to his defenseman. Both goalies looking good. We're going to have a good battle here.
Woodman in flight on that face-off. New Zealand controls through Joe Brown. He hits it up to Ian Otis. Shot. That is stopped by Toivonen, and he'll just hang on for a whistle.
Nice clean catch. Might as well get the whistle, let his team reset.
And that's the importance of face-offs, Bartek. A clean face-off win, a clean breakout, and now we're back down the other end of the rink. That's a great shift from Flight, Otis, and Kozak.
Yeah.
Devlin will step on here. Face-off against Woodman again. Devlin wins that one. Brown fakes the shot, sends it to Chalice. Chalice will hang on to it. Him and Brown switch places, but he'll send that down to Fontaine. I think it was Todd. No, excuse me. Lodge will keep it in. He sends it out to shot. That goes wide there. Funes will keep that in on the other side. Chen has it. That goes back around. Simon will goes in against Lodge. Chen supports. Looks to come out with it. Brown all over him. Simon all over his man again. Up to the point. Oh, it looks like he wasn't able to keep that in. O'Hanley just came out over the blue line.
Yeah,
So
crowd was calling for that offside there. So thanks to the crowd for letting the referee know.
Oh, that official was in the right place. The linesman was in the right spot. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, that was the right call. I think it did just slip out over the blue line.
Todd and Atwell to dispute this face-off here. Atwell being told to square up, and we're ready to go. Controlled by Australia via Steven. He'll just circle back in his own zone. Fires it across to Boyle. Boyle gets that in. Carini with it. He stops up. Great play by Amston. Eden looking to turn up ice. Collected back by Carini again. He sends it over to Kashia, who gets it up. Great check by Atwell on Steven. Turn that puck over. Eden stops up at the blue line. Sends it to Atwell. Atwell puts a shot on net. Looks like we got something behind the play maybe. Nope. Just a couple how do you do's. Where are you going for dinner? Shot saved there for Chubba. Burns going in. Amston will look to go up ice with it. He goes off the boards indirect to Eden, who's able to get it back. Australia gets it back through Miettinen, who gets that in deep. Burns with it. He'll go up the wall. Kept in by Miettinen again. Harrison battling for it. Here comes Regan in support. Back to Harrison. Over to Regan. We're just disputing here in that blue line area. Just gets in. Here comes Kubara on the backhand. Looks to cut. He looks like he's drawn a penalty.
Yeah, I think that was the right call, taking that penalty there. Kubara had a step on the defenseman, and he was driving far post. He was going to try and tuck it in. Defenseman smartly takes out his legs. I think he had to take that penalty there.
Yep, absolutely. Callum Burns coming through, taking his feet out. Kubara looking to cut to the middle, that little forehand, backhand. And New Zealand is killing the first penalty of the game.
First real test for New Zealand. Let's see how they do on this penalty kill.
Devlin versus Kubara. Face-off trickles over to Chubba. He'll just hold on. Let's just kill a second or two off that face-off, off that penalty, and let's try it again.
That's right.
Oh, we're going to reset. Warning here to Kubara in Australia.
Ice mates go to the penalty kill. 2 minutes to number 14.
Scramble draw controlled by New Zealand. Daigle will took to get that out. Chalice off a funny bounce off the boards. Here he comes shorthanded. He puts a shot on goal. That just goes wide. Kubara will send it back to his brother Kubara, who will then reset it.
As you mentioned, the importance of winning faceoffs. You saw New Zealand almost had a chance there with Chalice after that draw win.
Kubara weaving up ice. Looks for Steven with the give and go. Daigle does well to get his gap up. Freer will send that back, and Australia will start again.
Great penalty killing so far.
Great penalty kill right here on that blue line. Justin Daigle gapping up correctly, forcing Australia to into a dump in they probably didn't want to do. Here comes Kubara in through that left side. He stops up. Up to Steven. He'll just dump it back in to Kubara again. His brother goes back up to Steven. Over to Casey Kubara. He'll go down to Steven again. Up to Todd. Casey can't shoot. Casey Kubara can't shoot that one. He'll go to Todd. Back to Kubara. Bobbles it for a moment, but he gets it back. Goes across to Steven. Skate to stick. He'll just dump it around. That'll go all the way to Casey Kubara again. He goes down to his brother, back up to Steven. Or it's not Steven, Todd, excuse me, over to Steven. Now back to Todd at the top. He'll look to shoot. Great block by Michael Atwell. Way to get your body in the lane there, Mikey.
Chubba lost the stick, but was able to get it back before the puck got to him. Australia able to create a couple of chances later there. They weren't able to pull the trigger, but did get in some dangerous scoring opportunities. New Zealand, excellent penalty killing, though, looking really disciplined out there.
Here comes Webster down. He'll cycle that back up to Boyle. Boyle down behind his net, or behind the opposing net. Funes with it now in the corner. We're back to even strength. Funes sets it back up to the point to Boyle. He'll fire a shot. That's tipped, just wide. Amston turning up ice on the right side here. He'll send it up. Harrison, puck off his skate, bounce over. Webster fell and sent it to Simon. Here comes Simon going over the blue line. Over to Harrison. Harrison looks for a pass. That hit a skate. Here comes Ruck. He sends it over to Few and he'll dump it down. Luke Simon gives him a how do you do. Pass in front. Shot just wide.
Ooh, that was
Dylan Devlin with it. He'll send it over to Chalice. Head up. Looks to send
there.
it cross ice, but that hit a leg of Woodman. Hampson reverses it to Chalice, who goes back to Amston. We'll try that left side, or the right side, excuse me. Jackson Fontaine looking to cut middle. He's harassed by Woodman, who turns it over. Chen with a shot. Up over the net. Great save, Chaba.
Oh, that was close.
Puck kind of bobbled on him a little bit, but no problem. He's there.
Yeah,
Australia working through Lodge. Will send it back down to Woodman. Looks for a pass in front. Doesn't get through. Christensen sends it just wide. Chalice will look to chip it out. He just gets it out. Woodman over to Christensen. Sends it up the left side for them. He'll send that shot, save off Chalice. Rebound to Eden, and New Zealand will look to clear the zone. Send it to Atwell. Looks to send it cross ice, but Fontaine was on a change. So Kasia sends it over. Up to Todd through the middle. He'll just hit the red line in deep. Daigle would get there. He'll have his head up looking for a breakout.
I was going to say, Chubba smartly got his stick on it, but maybe it was bobbling, and so as it came off his stick, it ramped up weirdly and just came off the crossbar. We'll probably see that on the replay in a minute.
Eden dumps it down. Freer gets it there, cycles it back to Eden behind the net. Todd, excuse me, all over him. Gets up. Steven looks to send it cross ice, just misses man Carini. Freer will send it up. Regan in a battle with it with Boyle. Boyle wins that one and comes out through Freer again, down to Carini, or Kasia, excuse me. Kubaras coming in. Fan on Carini. Here comes Regan. Goes cross ice to Dalmato. Shot. And Toivonen square to that shooter.
Yeah, well positioned Toivonen there to make that save. Nice counterattack by New Zealand. Seeing on the replay here now. Oh, looks like it's cut off a little bit. We'll go to the draw. So excellent penalty killing by New Zealand. Australia is getting their feet under them, starting to get some chances. New Zealand, we'll see how they respond.
Kubara and Regan on the faceoff. Kubara snaps that one back. Pretorius will stop behind his own net, look to set up their breakout. Missed. Fans on the pass. Regan's on it. Can they turn it over? Great support by Miettinen. Looks like New Zealand might be getting a power play on this one. Sandoy battling on the half wall. He's just going to go up the wall on his own. He sends it up. That will be touched up by Brunt.
That's exciting. So New Zealand now with the chance on the power
penalty.
play. I missed that one, but we might see that on the replay. Did you see where that happened, the holding call?
Just right in front of the net. Pretorius went to try to make his breakout pass and just fanned on it. And Alex Regan jumped on it like a dog on a bone and forced Pretorius into a penalty. And New Zealand will see their first taste of a power play, going with Freer, Chalice, Eden, Fontaine, and Daigle.
Interesting. Fontaine on the point there.
Webster on Freer for the face-off, but Freer wins that too cleanly. It'll jump past Daigle. He'll have to reset. Over to Eden. Sliding through neutral ice. He dumps it down. Toivonen comes out of the net. Took a weird bounce off that Zamboni door. Toivonen will try to clear it himself. And he has cleared it out of play. However, it was off the glass, so no penalty. We'll just have a whistle. Let's look on the replay. He's got it. He's got it. And he's going to fire that off the glass.
Yeah, that's definitely off the glass.
Yes.
New Zealand a bit ambitious, trying to convince the referee that should be a penalty. But that's okay. They'll get another draw in the zone. You were discussing Daigle on the penalty kill. He is a very good defensive defenseman, also very good offensively.
Excuse me. They are going to give him the penalty.
Oh.
They have called it delay of game. So New Zealand's going to see a 5-on-3.
Oh. Well, I guess they were very convincing with their arguments to the referee.
I guess so. Well, that's why they're the pros down there and we're up here.
That's right.
Freer wins another face-off. Eden just able to keep that in. 5-on-3 here for the Ice Blacks. Daigle surveying. Over to Eden. Sends that down to Fontaine. Fontaine looking. He goes to Chalice. Up to Daigle. Over to Eden. Shot just wide. Up to Daigle. Over to Eden on that right circle. Back to Daigle. Slap pass down to Chalice. Chalice has some space. Shot. Great save, Toivonen. Back to Chalice. He goes up to Fontaine. Great patience here from the Ice Blacks. Great patience and communication by the Australia. Shot. Toivonen with the save.
Yeah, great power play by New Zealand.
Great communication. I was saying great communication from Australia to make sure that they're covering all those lanes. You can see them talking and pointing to their lanes and who they're covering.
Yeah, they boxed out the centerman in front of the goaltender as well. Gave him a clean look at the shot. Very talented goaltender. He's going to make that save most of the time when you can see it.
Freer winning that face-off from Kubara. Fontaine with it again. No changes on the New Zealand power play. Australia changes all 3 penalty killers. Up to Eden. Over to Daigle. Shot. That was tipped off the Australian defenseman. And Boyle is able to clear it out, but not all the way. That took a bounce off of Eden, and Kubara will come in with it. He'll just circle back. Casey Kubara sends it back to Boyle. Over to Kashia, who will then dump it all the way down after eating up some precious seconds of that power play. Couple changes here for the power play unit. Chris Eden weaving up ice. Going through circles, stops up, tries to drop it to Ivan Dalmatau, who steals it for Audis, and that gets chopped out by Casey Kubara.
Yeah, that was a good penalty kill by Australia. We still have, do we have any time left? Yeah, we do. 8 seconds
on the
left
5-on-3. And then it'll be 5-on-4 for 18 seconds, 19 seconds.
Good math.
There you go. Well,
that's why you're the math teacher.
That's why I'm a PE teacher, folks.
Oh, I thought you were a math teacher too.
No.
Math, PE? Oh, just PE.
No, just PE.
I'm sure you could incorporate some math in there.
Burns with his own behind his own net with it. About 5 seconds left here on the power play. Burns with some space. Finds his partner, Amston. Amston dumped that around. Toivonen comes out, stops it for Brunt. Brunt surveying. Looks up, finds Ruck. Ruck over to Carini, who will turn it over to Burns, over to Hayward Jones. Back to Burns. Fontaine finds Devlin on a 2-on-3. He'll just dump that. Another weird bounce off that Zamboni door. Casey Kubara's there. He'll send it over to Christensen. Back to Kubara. He's coming up ice here. Looks to drop it to Steven. Little miscommunication there. Now he gets it to Steven. Steven trying to go middle. That's blocked by Devlin. Sandoy with it. Steven all over him. Sends it to Fontaine with a give and go with Fontaine. Here comes Sandoy. He'll dump it in. Great. And that right onto Toivonen. Great play by Pretorius to stand Sandoy up. Dump the puck in, get ready to be hit. Clean check, hands down, shoulder to shoulder. But Remy is expecting it.
That's right. Remy, also known as Nieuwen Gretzky. That's not New Wayne Gretzky, but rather Nieuwen from the island of Niue. Definitely the greatest hockey player of all time from that little island.
Face off to the left of Toivonen, controlled by the Ice Blacks, and then turned over to Australia, and they're coming up ice. Great play from Kozak to turn it over. Brunt sends it down. Daigle Up to Otis. He looks to kick it. Just missed his man in the center. Brunt over to Ruck. Ruck will dump it back down. Took a weird bounce. I thought it was going behind the net. We're battling on by the blue line there. Kozak wins that battle. Otis over to Kozak. Here he comes 1-on-2. Pretorius looks to take him down.
Ooh. Definitely a penalty there. Referee has his arm up.
We're going to get a trip.
That's right. A few words there. Australians were not happy about that.
Nope.
They'll have to kill off another penalty. Seeing that on the replay now here. Oh, yeah. Is that a trip or a hold? It looks like he dragged him down, grabbed him, and pulled him back.
It looks like Andre Kozak is getting a penalty as well.
Oh, a dive. Oh, interesting.
Looks like
that's
so Pretorius. So we're going to go 5-on-5. Pretorius is going to get 2 minutes for holding. So you're right on that one. And then was Kozak given? Was it a dive? Was that the call?
I'm guessing. I don't see what else they could have penalized him for. He didn't.
Maybe hand over puck. Maybe or maybe covering hand over the puck. We couldn't see from our angle here. We apologize, folks. Outwell will win that face-off back. Amston with a great pinch to keep it in. Dumps it down. Boyle gets that puck first, hounded by Eden, who win it from him. Sends it down to Atwell. Look for a give and go. Just missed. Nice try. Up to Amston at the point. Can he come down Main Street? Look to shoot. Just can't pull the trigger. Great play by Steven not to let him shoot that.
Ooh, watch out.
Steven heads up. Steven looking for Carini, but a great stick. Sends that puck for a lucky fan to take home.
Yeah, the fan was lucky it hit the glass, and well, the glass, there's a railing behind the actual glass.
Oh, there you go.
Didn't have to test anyone's reflexes this time.
Regan and Casey Kubara will dispute this face-off. Won by Regan over to Sandoy. He goes D to D to Flynn Hayward-Jones. Finds Regan in the middle. He dumps it down. Goes after Christensen. Harrison looking to center. That hit escape. Hayward-Jones have to go back into his own zone. Stops up behind his net. Finds Regan. Regan looking to turn up ice. We're with Kubara, who can't quite pull the trigger. Flynn Hayward-Jones is there. Great effort by by Hayward-Jones to get it out there. Australia will dump it back in via Christensen.
Yeah, that could have been dangerous, but they recovered well.
He'll just reverse it back to Alex Regan. Sends it up to Connor Harrison. Great back check by Chen to say hello to Connor Harrison. Kubara will dump that down. Lodge giving chase. Dalmato with it now. All around to Harrison. He'll send it down. Funes with it now. He goes over to O'Hanley. He'll look to go up ice with it. Intercepted by Freer. Carini on it now. No. Jackson Fontaine, he goes up ice. Great back checking by Australia as a three-man unit on that one. Woodman will chase Freer in the corner. Freer gets there first, reverses it to Hayward-Jones. Up to Chalice. Chalice takes a check, gets the puck out. O'Hanley with it. Fontaine able to poke it away from O'Hanley. Jackson Fontaine with a great hit in the corner.
What a hit. He's not a big guy, and he absolutely laid out the Australian defenseman.
That was a great check. Clean check, you love to see it. Great play. Battling in the corner here for it. Chen and Freer, but Daigle will be with it. Sends it over to Chalice. Chalice goes cross ice to Fontaine. Fontaine will just get it deep. He's looking for a change. Dalmato will get there first. That gets great play. Australia heading up ice. Number 7 looking, going to go D to D. Loose in front. Great block. Now, gobbled up by Chubb. Was that Dylan Devlin diving face first to put his body on the line?
Wow. What a team effort. I'm not sure who made the save, the defenseman, the goalie. They were both diving for it.
Everyone.
That was a really close chance here. Really good patience by the Australian attacker. I wasn't sure who that was. Waited and waited as the New Zealand defenseman went down to the ice to get that pass across. Wasn't able to get it to his teammate. but it squirted out into the slot, and we had a really good chance there. Seeing a nice replay from behind the net. Really good patience, you see there. Not able to get the pass through, but squirts into the slot. An excellent chance there.
Rocky Fair has it, but he gets it out. May have been offside. Referees say, linesmen say no. Just about 5 seconds left here in the first period. The Ice Blacks will just get it deep. Kubara will hang on to it. He'll just chip it out, and that will be the end of the period.
I think it was Dylan Devlin that made that block. I think you were right. That's the save of the game for Dylan Devlin so far.
So far.
Yeah, what a period. That was some exciting hockey action. Yeah. I hope that all of you out there are enjoying this. Both teams bring the intensity. I think for New Zealand, stand-up player Jackson Fontaine really brought the energy in this period. Justin Daigle, calm, collected as always. And for Australia, we saw the Kubara brothers, as usual, bringing the fire, playing well out there. And Australia as a whole generated a lot of good chances, and New Zealand did as well. Very even period between the two teams.
Number 18, Daniel Chen, has been very aggressive on the forecheck. There's been a few shifts where he's gotten in deep on the forecheck and just made life very miserable for those Ice Black defensemen.
Yeah, the forechecking from Australia has been very good. They were able to create a few turnovers. New Zealand was able to recover and prevent anything crazy from happening, but so far, Australia's forecheck, you're right, has been really good.
And I think that's something New Zealand's going to look to do right now in this next period. As you can see near the end of the period, they were getting more aggressive, more physical on the Australian defense.
Yeah, in the chat there, so Volrath giving us some stats on Kiwi players that have been playing in Australia. So I can see we had, sorry to be leaning over here looking at the comments. So we had Chris Eden played in Australia for the Sydney Bears 2024. Aston Brooks, backup goaltender, will probably be starting the third game, playing half of the second game for New Zealand. So Aston Brooks, he played for the Sydney Bears in 2018-2019, now playing for Queenstown. I believe he was the goaltender of the year in the NZIHL last year. Top save percentage, I believe. Remy Sandoy, your teammate from the Swarm, played for the Sydney Ice Dogs in 2016. So thank you, Volrath, for bringing us all those stats. Much appreciated. You can see someone else, Mark, in the comments asking for a Canadian. Yes, we're both Canadian.
We are both Canadian.
As Canadian as Kyle sounds. He sounds very Canadian, being from Barrie, Ontario. But he is actually a Kiwi, born and bred in New Zealand. Grew up in Canada and moved back here. We're very lucky to have him here. And myself, I grew up in Canada. My wife was nice enough to import me to New Zealand. So thank you, Tanya, if you're watching. It's a lovely place to be.
Absolutely. What a great place. What a great period of hockey. You know, just waving to some people in the fans, saying hello to everybody. I think, as we were talking about off camera, is the community here is fantastic. For a small but passionate hockey community, everyone's family on the ice. You know, you want to win, you want to beat that guy more than anything in the world. But after the game, let's leave it on the ice, and that's what I love about here, playing here in New Zealand.
It's very neat as well that the South Island has its own outdoor hockey culture, which, of course, being Canadian, that's the only good thing about winter for me, was playing outdoors on the frozen volleyball courts in the park. But yeah, they actually have some outdoor rinks. I had the pleasure of playing on a couple of them this past year. It's really cool playing outdoor hockey in New Zealand. You think palm trees, beaches. No, there's ice and hockey. Really passionate community down south. I think Auckland were maybe not quite into hockey culture as down south. Queenstown is a very big hockey community, but Auckland is a very multinational, international sort of city. But the two teams here, Botany Swarm and West Auckland Admirals, have a very dedicated fan base that is growing.
Growing every day. The game is growing here in New Zealand every day. Shout out to Justin Daigle here in Auckland. And I apologize for those of you that are running the Learn to Plays in Queenstown, Christchurch, Dunedin. But the work that you guys do to grow our game each and every day, million thanks. You know, can't do it enough. I know something that myself as a Swarm player and the rest of the Swarm boys, we try to get out and volunteer when we can. As I'm sure the Admirals and the other National League players do the same, just to try to say thank you to all those people that, you know, they spend time and money to come watch us play the best game on earth. So just try to get some more people addicted to it, right?
Yeah, as you said, the development for young players has really improved in New Zealand. We're seeing the fruits of that, the dividends, as we see a lot of young players now playing for the Ice Blacks who came through that development system. So we have Luke Simon out there.
Ian Otis, Flynn Hayward-Jones, the list goes on and on.
Right.
Ivan Dalmatal, right? That list goes on and on and on.
Yeah, so I think it's time to wrap up. As much as we love chatting hockey, so grab a beer and we'll join you for the second period.
Kia ora koutou, and welcome back to the Hive here in beautiful Botany. Bartek, couple things. Thank you to Miranda in the comment section for reminding me of the Learn to Play program down in Wellington. Yes, you guys are doing fantastic work. Thank you, Miranda, for that reminder. A couple other shout-outs. You want to kick us off with those?
Yeah, so shout out to, I believe it was Brisbane, right, dealing with a cyclone at the moment. So I hope any fans watching from Brisbane that you're safe and cozy in your home. Hopefully your roof is not leaking. And of course, you also wanted to give a shout out to one of our super fans.
So Zane Gribble, so in the comment, he's in the hospital at the moment. So hopefully everything's okay, buddy. We miss having you at the rink. I know the boys are missing your fist bumps. So we're wishing you all the best and a speedy recovery and get well soon, my friend.
Yeah, all the best, Zane. And speaking of Wellington as well, their hockey program. So the Wellington Seals, their local hockey team, they have a smaller rink playing 4-on-4, which is why they don't have an NZIHL team. But they're a very talented group. They won the Auckland, or rather the New Zealand Prem tournament, our highest level tournament for recreational non-NZIHL hockey. They've won 2 years in a row this inaugural tournament, I believe. So congrats to Wellington for a great hockey program that you have down there as well.
Absolutely. Let's get back to the matter at hand here, Bartek. 0-0 the score after 20 minutes of play. Australia leading in the shot count, 10 shots to 5. A couple good looks from New Zealand on that 5-on-3 power play, but credit where credit's due. Toivonen has been square to every puck. Same thing with Chuba. A couple scramble plays, but you expect your goalie to make the saves they're expected to make, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah, both goalies playing very solid, as you're saying.
Great defensive plays on both ends to allow the goalies to see the puck. Not a lot of room there for someone to try to set a screen. So great play by both defense there to allow that goaltender to make a save. At this level, you know, if they can see it, they're going to stop it. As you know, I mean, you're one of those goalies too here with the Swarm. So if you can see it, you can stop it. So it's going to be. I think the first goal is going to be an ugly one. I think it's going to be one that's going to hit off of pinball off of 3 people's skates, maybe someone's helmet, and just bounce in.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's going to take an ugly one to get this one started with how both teams are playing. Shout out to Dylan Devlin, as you mentioned, the defensive play. I believe making that shot block near the end of that period to keep it 0-0. Save of the game for me. Dive in there head first, as you pointed out.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, save of the game, first period of 9 that we've got this wonderful weekend. Devlin and Todd getting ready to kick off our second period. Again, Fontaine able to jump through and harass Australia. Devlin turning up ice now with it, in he goes. Looks to shoot. He is tied up, and it trickles onto Toivonen, and he'll just hang on to it. He gets a friendly little shove from the Australian defenseman, but I don't think it was too friendly, if you know what I mean.
And first face-off here for New Zealand in the Australian zone. If they can win this one, maybe get an early shot on the goaltender.
Oh. Everyone's going to jump on that one. We're going to reset to the left of Toivonen. Won by New Zealand, but Carini comes through hard. Dumped back in by Burns. Look to be. Oh!
That just squirted through, I think, under the arm of the goaltender.
Great pass from Devlin. Fontaine with a great look. Oh my goodness, let's get a replay on that one. Holy jumping.
So you can see the goaltender smartly uses the back of his stick, gets his stick on it, but takes a weird bounce off his stick. He made the right decision there, just took a weird bounce right to the New Zealand player. And let's see, does it squirt under his arm there?
And that's to Jackson Fontaine. That's not a guy you want shooting from there.
Oh yeah, just under the arm. I think that even hit the post as it squirted under there. Ooh, that was a close one.
Left of Chuba. Devlin will lose that face off to Kubara. Quick shot there from Miettinen, seared away by Chuba into the corner there. Kubara battling with Devlin. Burns coming in to help. Fontaine chipping it by. Out they go. He'll go cross ice to Chalice. Kubara, great back check. Chalice with the shot. Great play by Pretorius to stifle that shot. The other Kubara coming up ice with his brother, and they'll dump that in. Freer chips that up to Fontaine, who can't get it out. Great play by Brunt to keep it in. Kubara, backdoor to his brother. He can't shoot. He goes up top. Chalice with it. Fontaine at the end of a shift. He'll look to just get this deep. He'll need a change. Cutting back here in the middle. Can't get it deep. Australia turns it back ice through Pretorius. Up to Kubara, down to Miettinen, who drops it back to Pretorius. Pretorius weaving in. Shot there by Miettinen. That's stopped.
Yeah, good RVH stop by Chuba. Just a good blocking save there.
Freer goes
Australia
up.
had a really good chance before. Sorry.
Up the wall. Costa, that's all right. Costa stops behind the net. Up to Ruck. Ruck looking up ice. He'll just get the line in deep. Regan saying hello to him. Daigle going in. He stops up with the Australian forechecker. Regan looking to outlet. Shot tipped. That just deflected wide. Daigle behind his own zone. He'll look to rim it up. Intercepted by Ruck. Regan on him. He looks to send a pass across to Costa. He dumps it in the corner to Lashenko. Cycles it back to Costa. Lashenko the shot. That goes wide to Christensen. Bobbles it for a moment. Freer's there. Back to Christensen. Puts a shot on goal. Steered away by Chuba. Kicked in front by Webster. 50-50 puck. Eden is able to get there, but not out. Costa with it. Shoots. Oh. Calm glove save.
That's a great save by Chuba.
Very
he has
calm.
a good glove hand.
Calm, cool, collected. Snags it out of the air. Could be playing shortstop with a glove like that.
Yeah, both goaltenders looking good so far. I think you're right. It's going to take an ugly bounce to get it past one of these two goalies today.
Face
nice
off
replay
to
there
Chuba's
that
right.
we're seeing.
Woodman will face off against Flight here. Chen jumped that face off early. That's why he was able to pickpocket Hayward Jones so easily. They're just going to redrop that one. Flight, Woodman, round 2. We'll try again. Won by Flight, great win. Hayward Jones has his pocket picked by Chen, but he does well to take his man out of the play. Flight supporting the D. Harrison across to Dalmato. Funes does well to step up and turn it over. Flight with a good check. Gets chipped over. Hayward Jones stops that play. Lodge goes in on Sandoy. First man in takes the body. Great play. Flight with a great stick check to get the puck past Chen. Harrison all over O'Hanley. He goes D to Funes. Funes goes up. Pass by Lodge just missed.
That was a chaotic bounce there. I want to see the replay. How did that happen? I think it was off the side of the net there, maybe. I think we'll see that from behind the net. Very weird bounce. We've had some wacky bounces down at that end.
Oh, this looks like the way it carobed off the side wall there, or the end wall there was a little bit weird.
Yeah, and I think it came off the outside of the net and scored it in front. Really odd bounce. Did not result in a goal, fortunately, for the Ice Blacks.
To the right of Chuba, Todd will set up here against Devlin. Oh, we have a broken twig right off the hop.
Ooh, that's an expensive stick to break. Not cheap getting this stuff down in the southern hemisphere.
No. That was Carini needing a new twig. Won by Devlin. Fontaine rims it around. Orr gets there first. Over to Chalice. Back to Simon, takes a hit to make a play. Fontaine can't get it out. Boyle keeps it in. Back to Fontaine. He'll look to wheel up ice. Sends it across to Chalice. Looks like Devlin was just a step ahead, and that was going to be offside. Great play by Luke Simon behind his own net. Take a hit to make a play. A great pass across by Fontaine to Chalice. Just wasn't quite able to corral that puck cleanly.
Yeah, I think so far I would say Australia has had the better chances this period. They got a little bit cute there. I think Kubara had a chance to really rip it and was not able to pull the trigger.
Simon will circle back, goes D to Orr. Orr's looking up ice. Back to Simon on a hinge play. Looks to pass, fans on it, but recovers over to Devlin. Devlin will go cross ice dump. Fontaine on it with Kubara. He just kicks it back to Pretorius. Pretorius with it now. Reverse it to Kubara. Great play by Chalice. Orr with the shot. That goes high and wide. Rimmed around the side there. Devlin, great play. Tip by Fontaine. Rebound in front. Another tip.
What a chance there for Daigle.
And it looks, Brunt will send it up ice. They go cross ice to Kubara, to his brother Kubara. Shot, great save, Chaba off the blocker, and that goes out of play.
Oh, sorry, I was saying Daigle. I thought that was Daigle. I was looking Thought it was a mustache, but it was the black mouth guard I was looking at. No, he does have a mustache. I just mixed up my mustachioed defenseman there. That was Sean Brown with a good chance there.
Please excuse me, Sean Brown and friends and family. I've been calling him Joe Orr all night. My sincerest apologies, Sean Brown. My sincerest apologies. Sorry, Christchurch. Amston wheeling with it. He sends it through. Not icing. Christensen will go to it. Atwell on the forecheck. Christensen turns up ice. Great check by Atwell to say hello to him. Amston goes D2D to Burns. Burns up to Eden in the middle. Looks to drop to Atwell. A little miscommunication there. Costa goes in. Great check by Amston. Great check by Atwell on Ruck, giving him no space. Eden coming up that left side. Dances through Christensen, but he gets back in time to make the play. Eden still with it. Sends it over to Freer, who just swung and a miss. Flight back to Amston. Amston head up shot. Ooh, a CNI shot just missed. Chris Eden on it there. Wins the battle there. He's still on it. Looks to go D to D, or cross ice, excuse me, and a great play by Webster to break that up. Lashenko with the shot, saved by Chuba. Webster gets it deep. He'll go to the bench for a change. Lashenko on it first time. He sends it back across to Chen off the bench. Fresh legs here for Australia. Amston looking to check, Chen spinning away from the check of Amston. Handley with it now. Sends a shot. Oh, that just hit a leg in front. I don't think Burns knew it hit him. Lodge going in on the corner. Up to the point to O'Hanley. Took a weird bounce, and now Freer with it. Looks to send it to Flight. Could be icing. Flight wins that race. O'Hanley on it. Great play by Flight. O'Hanley and Flight working on it. O'Hanley comes away with it. Looks to go up the middle. Not icing. I think Kozak was able to get a stick on that one. So we'll go back with Daigle behind his own net. Curling forwards. Finds Kozak across the blue line. One-on-one with O'Hanley. But here comes Australia. 5 men back. Finds Dalmatau. He just dumps it around. Funes intercepts that. He goes look for the stretch pass. Stopped up by Freer and Dalmatau. Dalmatau with it. Chen steps up, says hello to Lockie Freer. Or not Lockie Freer, excuse me. Mitchell Freer stepping up on him. Daigle with it now. Head up the whole way. Drops it back to Freer. Freer finds Kozak. Just missed. And that will be icing.
So we saw a great shift from Chris Eden there before, winning a battle against 3 Australian players and setting up a good chance for New Zealand.
Absolutely. It looked like there was some Velcro on his stick. The puck didn't want to move.
And
icing for New Zealand, so no change. Face off to the left of Chaba. Regan wins that face-off away from Todd, and that gets rimmed around. That'll probably go for icing if Dalmatau can win the race, but he cannot. Kasia is all over it.
So we can see Zane in the chat saying he's recovering well in the hospital. Glad to hear that, Zane. Hope you're enjoying the game.
We will have another face-off to the left of Chaba. Todd and Regan on this one again. Won that one by Todd. Shot from the point, hit a leg in front, but Todd swung at it. Great save by Chaba. Dalmatau gets it out. Kasia sends it over to Boyle. Boyle sends it up. Daigle with it now. He circles behind his own net. Steven picks his pocket. Great play by Regan coming back. Back with Steven again. Steven goes to the backhand. Maybe a trip? Nope. Carini has it now. He has it on the half wall. Sends it down to Todd. Todd cycles behind the net. Still with it. Great check by Regan. Daigle all over Carini again. Regan will rim it around. Kept in by Kasia, who looks for a shot. Oh, Daigle just missed Fontaine, but he'll win that race, so no icing. Kasia, great play. Miettinen sends that one in against Sandoy. One-on-one. Circles back. He cycles it in. Fontaine will send that across to Chalice, excuse me. Chalice steps out of the way of a check. Fontaine on it now. He gets hit hard by Kubara.
Almost went head first into the boards. Luckily, nothing bad happened there.
No, you got to keep your head up with those two on the ice. They are great physical hockey players, and I think Jackson Fontaine felt that one. Here comes Pretorius. Remy Sandoy finishes his check. Chalice goes up the wall. Devlin able to corral it almost, battle in it with Kubara. He wins that battle. Goes up the wall to Mitchell Freer. Looking to get it out. Great back check by Miettinen. Over to Chalice, who sends that back to Brunt, who's with it. Sends it over to Pretorius. Pretorius coming up that right wing. Got men driving to the middle. Great play by Hayward Jones. Ruck was on a tap-in, but a great play by Hayward Jones to keep it away. Sandoy with it now. Finds Chris Eden. New Zealand's in the middle of a change. Chris Eden back to Sandoy cross ice. Pretorius takes it from Sandoy. Sandoy on him. Sandoy finishes his check. There to Lashenko, who sends it up. That might be icing. It is going to be icing.
So Australia's brought the intensity in this period. As we were talking about, Daigle stripped of the puck. Really good Australian forecheck, take it off him. Daigle is a very good defenseman. Played NCAA Division I for Alaska. And I believe he wanted to play pro, but suffered an eye injury that derailed his career a little bit. So stripping the puck from Daigle is not an easy task. Australia did really well to force a nice period of zone time in the New Zealand end there with that steal.
Scramble jaw controlled by Australia. Ruck will head up the left wing, one-on-one with Simon. Simon looks to finish his check. Sean Brown with it. I got that one right. Regan just missed Harrison. He'll look to try to win the race. He does win that race from Christensen. Well done, Connor Harrison. But here comes Costa, excuse me. He's speeding up the left wing. Luke Simon, he steps around the check from Simon for a shot on goal, but as usual, calm, cool, collected. Chubba says, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, I'll take that, and we'll just freeze it right here.
Yeah, he's done well in this period. Australia's brought the energy, has generated most of the chances, had most of the pressure in this period, and Chubba keeping it 0-0 at this point.
Face off to Chubba's right. Woodman will face off against Jackson Flight. One back, but Kozak is there to chip it out. Chen with it now. Battling with Kozak. Flight getting involved in the play. Chen with it there. Offside. Lodge just stepped in a little bit early.
Yeah, that was a close call. It looked like the Australian player was dragging their skate to try and stay onside, but the referees, as you might notice, the blue lines are a little bit faded in this rink, so the referees are having a hard time seeing those as well. They're doing their best.
Woodman and Flight again. Australia controls through Chen. He looks to shoot. Fans on it. Second try. Just missed. Burns looks to chip it up to Kozak. O'Hanley with it now. He'll shoot. Ooh, just tipped from Amson. Did well to get a stick out of the way. Nice try from Audis to get it away. Dump back in off of Burns. Has to be careful with it. Great escape.
Yeah, really nice skating there.
Had to turn away from, who was that, excuse me, from Woodman. Funes with the shot. Good stick by Ian Audis. Chen on it. He cycles it down. Gets turned over. Here comes Audis, one-on-one with Kasia. He shoots. Toivonen with a glove save.
Really nice catch. Love the technique there. Really leans into it, watches it all the way into the pocket. He is dialed in, hasn't been busy, which actually makes it tougher. I find when I'm staying there for 5 minutes without a shot, my mind starts to wander. So credit to him for staying locked in this game, making the big save when called upon.
We are a minute over halfway through the game. Todd wins that face-off from Devlin. Fontaine in on the forecheck. Here comes Kasia. He sends it up. Todd coming through the neutral zone with speed. He shoots right in the bread basket. Chubba will hang on to that one.
Both goalies trading saves, doing well to keep this 0-0. Seeing that on the replay now. The Australians driving in 3-on-2, cuts to the middle, shoots it right into the bread basket. Chubba covers up for a face-off.
Devlin and Kubara on this, not Kubara, excuse me, Carini, excuse me. Oh, puck's just stuck on the mesh there.
So, by the way, if there's any Australian fans watching, unfortunately we're not quite as familiar with the Australian team as we are with the Ice Blacks. So if you have any fun trivia or facts you'd like to share, so put those in the chat.
Todd wins that one. That heads back to Boyle. That shot just goes wide. Kasia moving up. Daigle on the check there. Todd with it. Devlin on his back. Cycles back to Carini. Carini with it. He cycles it back behind the net. Race for it there. Todd and Daigle go after it. Todd ends up with it. Back to Carini. Goes back behind that to Todd. Back to Carini. In front. Shot from Steven. I think that hit a leg. I think Freer got the leg on that one.
That was a big block.
Freer with it again. He gets a hard hit from Todd, who turns it over to Carini. Shot. That's stopped from Chaba. And the net was dislodged.
This is a constant problem in New Zealand. Unfortunately, we're not playing with marsh pegs, not named after my co-commentator, but the sort of rubber pegs that they use in the NHL. They drill all the way down to the concrete, put the rubber pegs in, and so the net doesn't come off as easily. We use old-fashioned metal-style pegs. So when the goalie comes sliding into the post, as Chaba does there, often shifts the net off of its moorings.
It's the pegs that we used to play with back in our day. I've always wanted to say that one. Face off to Chaba's right here. Devlin and Kubara, will go after it. Freer reverses it. Kubara will keep it. He looks to cut the middle of the ice. Great play from Freer to harass him. Kubara still with it. Sends a shot on net. That hit his own teammate in front. Ice Blacks can't clear. Kubara on it against Daigle. He wins it. Looks for a centering pass. That hit a skate in front to his brother Casey. Casey Pretorius. That shot. That hit a body in front. Miettinen shot. Backhand. Scores!
And as you said, took a bit of chaos for Australia to get it past Chaba, but they've managed to with that scramble. I'm not sure who got that the final stick on it there.
It was Tyler Kubara with another one for Australia.
Kubara, notoriously always on the score sheets in these series.
Miettinen with a great backhand save. Chaba made the first save, and then Kubara's there. As you can see on the replay, Miettinen forehand, backhand, great save from Chaba, and the rebound is there.
Yeah, absolutely no chance there for Chaba making that first save. He was already stretched out and couldn't do much there. So New Zealand is going to have to fight back and bring the intensity to Australia, get some shots on their goaltender, make him work for it.
Sendoy up to Eden. Eden going through the middle. Well done from Atwell to stay on side. Still with it. He dumps it down to Atwell. He keeps it going for Eden. Stops, turns away from the checking of Christensen. Straight up in the air. And Webster swats at it. Eden back with it. Looks to center. Just missed his man. Hayward Jones moving up. He missed that one. Lashenko going after it against Sandoy. Reverses it to... Not sure what the player's yelling at there. Did anyone notice that one? Please let us know in the comments.
Yeah, maybe it was too many men on the ice. I don't know.
Maybe an icing. I didn't catch that one.
The chat's going by quickly, but I did see someone saying, oh, I see Kai Mittinen on Australia is the captain of the Canberra Brave, who won the Australian Ice Hockey League last year. So congratulations, Canberra Brave and Kai Mittinen. Maybe Finnish based on the last name or Finnish ancestry. Mittinen.
Face off here, Atwell and Webster. Webster wins that face off, cycles it up to Costa. Shot, that gets tipped, but not all the way to the net. Lashenko sends that cross ice. Ice Blacks looking to clear. Webster with it. Sandoy has it now. He can't clear the zone. Puts on Chaba, and he'll just freeze it, get a face-off. Let's settle down here, he says. Let's get a change.
Yeah, New Zealand needs a reset, needs to bring some intensity to even up the score here. Would ideally like to go into the third period with some energy, with something positive to talk about in the changing room. Some more facts. Thank you, Volrath, in the chat, bringing us some Australian hockey chats. So Max Lashenko, number 13 Australia, the only player on the Australian team who's never played in the Australian League. He's 21, has been playing in Canada and the U.S.
Oh, what a play.
That is a beautiful goal.
Chen and Lodge with a great give and go. And the finish there from Lodge.
Beautiful goal there. We see the posts, unfortunately, causes a problem for Chubba. He goes in that RVH position against the post, but the net moves off its mooring. So as he pushes off, he's not able to actually get a proper push off that post to make that save on the one-timer. It would have been a really difficult save to make anyway, but the post didn't help him out there. So please, someone get us some marsh pegs for our rigs. They would really help us out. I think Australia actually got done by loose peg a couple of series ago. I believe Kozak drove past the goaltender. Goaltender tried to push off the post. Same thing happened to him.
And Australia right back to the attack. They've turned it up a notch here. Ivan Dalmato racing. Todd with that big long reach gets back. Carini in another battle here. Simon pokes it free, but Boyle is back there. Reverse back to Boyle. Harrison giving chase. Sends it over to Kashia. Kashia skating up ice. He hits Carini, who just chips it in. Australia would look to change. Here comes Amston. Amston weaving up ice. 1v3 shot and a save from Toivonen. He'll just hang on for New Zealand's 10th shot of the game.
So when a goaltender is able to make a save standing up, it shows that they've really read that shot well. He's still locked in. He hasn't faced much action, but is able to maintain focus, making key saves when Australia needs him to.
Flight and Kubara on this face-off. Won by Flight. Burns looks to shoot, hit a body rebound. Great save. Toivonen, no one home for the rebound. Amston gloves it down, sends it across. Toivonen will stop it there for Brunt. Sends it to Kubara. He'll just go off the boards and out back to Amston. Amston dumps it down. Toivonen stops it. Skips Brunt and sends it to Miettinen. Can't get it out. Flight with a shot on net. Toivonen is there.
Yeah, Toivonen's looked very calm. I like his puck handling. You see him playing that off the glass. It's like having another defenseman back there. And Toivonen, as someone in the chat confirmed, so Miettinen has Finnish ancestry. Toivonen obviously has some Finnish ancestry as well. Not sure if he's Finnish or was born in Australia. That Finnish connection there on the Australian team.
Devlin steps up to that face-off. Wins it from Weber. But Christensen sends it forward to Ruck. Splits the gap. Takes a spill but gets up quick and sends it up to Webster again. He goes in with Daigle. That's a heavy collision there. Sent up to Ruck. Shot deflected by Fontaine. Christensen sends it around. Daigle gets there first, chops it around to Ruck. Ruck will slide it back around. Freer gets to that one first. He looks to rim it. Fontaine, he just goes off the boards and out. And that will be enough for icing.
So thank you to all of you in the chat with your questions and comments. Makes my job easier as a commentator being able to read some stuff off there. So I see Donnie asking in the chat, are these players from New Zealand and Australia, or are they all imports from Canada and the US? So everyone playing here today has New Zealand citizenship. You'd be surprised. We actually have quite a lot of native New Zealand-born players that are playing on this team. Surprisingly, New Zealand has been able to produce a lot of good hockey players, and I expect Australia as well. Big save by Chubba there.
Frere with it, looks to go cross ice. That hit Woodman. He turns over Lodge, sends it back to Funes. Funes to his partner, Dito Hanley. Hinge back to Funes. He goes up, pass intercepted by Chalice. He's looking for Lodge again. Oh, Chalice's stick gave up on him, unfortunately. Tough break. Here comes Woodman. Great play by Daigle, keeping him to the outside. He's going to stay with him. Devlin's going to go after Chen. Intercepted by Eden. He just missed Freer. That'll roll to Toivonen, who sends that up. Devlin can't hold on to it. Freer will send that deep. Toivonen just missed that one on the play. Freer sends that back around. Chris Eden against O'Hanley. Chris Eden battling. Atwell trying to support. Todd with it now. Can't get it past Hayward Jones, but kicks over to number 8. Just Lodge, who sends that into the corner. Carini gets there first. Kicks out to Hayward Jones. Bobbles it to Boyle. Great block. Can't get out though. Here's Carini. Looks back door. Hit a skate in front. He had Steven wide open. And that puck bounces down onto Toivonen. That
As you mentioned, Australia really aggressive that forecheck. Even when New Zealand's able to strip the puck off them in their defensive zone, they're preventing New Zealand from making clean exits, as we saw pinning Flynn Hayward-Jones there.
Offside is the call.
And, some rough stuff after the whistle.
Steven and Sandoy saying hello to each other.
The crowd is enjoying that, banging it on the glass back there.
Both benches standing up.
I don't think we'll see any scraps today, considering this is IIHF hockey. It's not like the Four Nations Championship that we saw in the NHL, where it's played under NHL rules. In IIHF hockey, fighting, ejection, suspension. I don't think any of these players want to get suspended with 2 more games left to play.
No.
And Sandoy is going to the box. I don't know if we'll get a coincidental penalty against Australia. I think they're just giving it to Sandoy, maybe for roughing.
No, it looks like Steven might go. No, he's come out.
Oh,
yes,
I think
the door is opening. It looks like Steven's going to get one as well.
Oh, yeah, I think that's the right call, coincidental minors there. And so it'll be 5-on-5 as the 2 minors cancel out.
Yes.
I believe the rules are different between leagues. Sometimes it's 4-on-4 when you have coincidental minors. The rules have changed over time, but I guess IHF hockey, we're playing 5-on-5 when you have coincidental minors.
I think the linesmen are trying to take Carini, and he won't go. He's saying, no, that wasn't me. I wasn't the one involved in that one.
Trying to sort out who goes to the sin bin.
That's it. Number 17, Tommy Steven, will go sit for that one.
He was trying to sneak over to the bench and hide from the referees.
That's it. Well, Carini was the linesman kept trying to pull Carini, and Carini saying, no, ref, it wasn't me. I'm not the one. I wasn't involved in that one. But they were able to get the right player off the ice.
That's right. And 5-on-5 hockey, face-off in the Australian zone.
Well, I think the original call was icing, so we have to go back to that original.
Yep. That makes sense.
Because they're coincidental penalties, so they'll just go back to the original play as opposed to, a power play one way or the other.
Good. I'm glad you know the rules. I just stop pucks with my face. Probably why I don't know the rules.
Anyway, face off by Dalmato. That jumps out. Simon D to Sean Brown. Kicks it out. Off of Simon's skate, turned over, shot, 5-hole. Miettinen, tough bounce for Luke Simon. Just bounced off of his skate, wasn't able to control it.
Yeah, that's unlucky there. Yeah, that's an unlucky bounce there for Luke Simon. Not much he could do there.
No.
I think maybe he could have got some backwards momentum skating, but that's just really unlucky. Just a chaotic puck. Not what New Zealand needs right now. Really unlucky there to have that chance go against them.
And fortunate for Miettinen that it just jumped right perfectly onto his tape.
Yep, and he took it clinically, 5-hole shot.
And a slick finish, yep.
Yeah, 5-hole shot, that's a goal scorer's goal.
Christensen looking middle, intercepted by Flight. He'll dump that down onto Toivonen. He'll keep it going for his defense, Costa. Costa rims it around to Lashenko. Looks to chip it middle, but is stopped by Flight on that forecheck. Ian Otis shunting the checking of Costa. Kozak takes the check from Christensen. Christensen's stick snapped, so he's without one right now. Over to Amston, shot. I think that was blocked, and that comes around to Burns. He'll go back to his partner, Amston. Shot, that's stopped there. Lashenko without a stick. I think he gave it to his defenseman, to Christensen there. Flight with it. We're going to have a little mini power play here. Player without a stick. Looking back door for Burns. Hit a stick, shot. Great save, Toivonen.
Toivonen has been solid here.
We have a penalty. I think Costa got Ian Otis, looks like, with a high stick. Just a quick apology. You hate to see that. That's never on purpose. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, I don't see any teeth. It won't need dental work, luckily. So New Zealand going to the power play now, getting a chance to put a goal past.
Looks like the referees are signaling 4. So I think we have a double minor for high sticking.
So unless New Zealand scores, this will bleed on into the third period, as we have 1 minute 32 seconds left in the second period.
Correct. So hopefully Ian Otis is okay. Hopefully all of his chiclets are still in his mouth.
Yeah, luckily we have ACC here in New Zealand, so we've got the video evidence there. He can submit the claim.
Freer wins that face-off to Daigle. Sends it across to Fontaine. He shoots. Save from Toivonen, kicks over to Chalice. He'll hang on to it.
18-28.
Finds Eden. Eden couldn't handle the pass cleanly, but he hangs on to it. Finds Chalice. Over to Daigle. Fakes a shot, hanging on to it. Finds Eden. Back to Daigle, fakes a shot there. Over to Chalice. Up to Daigle. Shot blocked by Lodge.
Really good block there by the Australians, playing a really disciplined penalty kill.
Not giving New Zealand much. Chris Eden bumbles it. Woodman's all over him. He kicks it over to Daigle. He'll kick it back over to Eden. Great forechecking from the F1 from Woodman. Fontaine coming up ice. 35 seconds. Blocker save from Toivonen. O'Hanley with it. He'll send it all the way. Daigle almost got it there, but not enough, and they'll have to start again. Carini trying to take away Daigle's options. Sends it to Burns. Carini looking to pick his pocket. Almost does it. Daigle can't chip it past Todd. With it looking back door. Can't finish. Great save from Chubba.
Yeah, he
Daigle
was a
all
bit
over
unlucky
that
to
one.
get that in his skates. Didn't get it cleanly.
No icing there. We have 4 seconds left. Toivonen will hold it. He'll just send it away, and that'll do it for the end of the second period, folks. 3-0. Australia leads New Zealand. 28 seconds left on the power play here.
Yeah, New Zealand unable to really force the Australians into making a mistake on that power play. They're really disciplined. You saw Daigle going for that fake slap shot repeatedly. The Australian players did not bite. Eventually, when Daigle took the shot, it was right off the shin pads and cleared out. Australia playing a really disciplined game here now.
What do we think? What do you think New Zealand needs to do to try to get back into this hockey game? Bartek, in this last 20 minutes.
Toivonen has been really impressive. He hasn't been that busy, but has been really solid when called upon. So I think New Zealand needs to take away his eyes. They need to park a big guy. I know Remy Sandoy is a defenseman, but he's a big body that they could put in front of Toivonen on that power play to take away his eyes, make it a bit more difficult for him. Hopefully get a deflection, an ugly goal. As we saw, Australia started with a bit of a scramble to start their scoring. I think New Zealand might need some chaos as well in front of the net to put this one past Toivonen.
I absolutely agree. I think I don't think Toivonen has had to work for his saves. He's been able to see everything. And not that New Zealand's not trying. I mean, their chances are coming, but like you said, you've got to make it harder on him. You got to take his eyes away, right?
Yeah, credit to the Australian defense playing such a disciplined system, making sure their goalie can see the puck. As a goaltender, I love to see the puck. It really helps to make the save when you have a 100-kilometer-per-hour shot coming and you can see it.
And that's the thing about this Australian defense core. They're big, they're strong, they're tough, and they're clearing New Zealand out of there. And that's not saying New Zealand's just as big, just as strong, just as tough. So I think a little bit more of a battle in the crease is what we expect here in the last 28 seconds of this New Zealand power play.
Yeah, New Zealand's doing well. We're a much smaller country, having about 5 million people compared to Australia's. Someone tell me how much they have. 20, I'm guessing, maybe. So someone says 25. So we have a much smaller talent pool to pick from, and we can't pick the big boys always for our team. So
wouldn't it be nice to get some of the Islanders out there, eh?
Yeah, it would be nice to have a 6'7" defenseman out there.
That's it. Maybe some of the All Blacks might try to lace on some skates and see if they want to give ice hockey a go. But as we're saying, folks, this is only game 1 of 3. It is far from over. We still have 20 more minutes to play. Lots of time left here in the hockey world. New Zealand can certainly mount a comeback.
They're going to go down swinging in this third period.
Absolutely.
They're not going to roll over for Australia.
They're on home ice in front of the home fans. A lot of black and white shirts out there, a lot of sweaters out there. Like we were saying earlier, New Zealand loves their hockey team, and everyone's cheering on the boys right now. So let's try to rally behind them, eh?
Yeah, that's right. Hey, that's
there it is.
You still got your Canadianisms.
Oh, it'll never go away.
All right, so we'll let you guys go grab a beer and join us for this third period action in 10 minutes or so, 12 minutes, 54 seconds.
Kia ora koutou, and welcome back to the Hive here in Botany. Couple shout out, or a shout out I should say, to the MTP Devils that just took gold at the Bendigo Cup in Brisbane, if I remember correctly. So Cam Green and his daughter's team are over there in inline hockey. So, you know, our cousins on the hard surface, on the hardwood, you could say. So shout out to you girls. I know you guys are having a good time over in Oz. Way to bring back the gold medal for the good guys.
Yeah, congratulations. Inline hockey is actually very popular in New Zealand, surprisingly. I know a lot of people played inline, never actually moved to ice since we don't have that many ice rinks in the country. I mean, only 2 in Auckland, 1 down in Wellington in the North Island, and then a bunch in the South Island. But yeah, a lot of people playing inline, especially up north, Northland. The great, beautiful, warm Northland where everyone loves to go on holiday, playing some inline up there, and down in Hamilton, New Zealand as well. So shout out to those girls for winning the Bendigo Cup.
Well, we are getting ready to start the second period. Looks like New Zealand was going to start the period on the power play with 28 seconds to go.
Right, there was that 4-minute penalty for the high stick.
Yes.
Because it drew blood, so that's just bleeding over, pardon my pun, into the third period.
Yeah, there you go. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
You got to come up with a few too.
Might have to march you back to the box. So that, yes, number 19, Braden Costa, will have to go and sit for 28 seconds or less to think about what he has done. Good sign seeing Ian Otis come back. He's got the cage on, so perhaps some intermission repairs. But we hope that he'll be okay. I mean, he's back on the bench. You know, us hockey players are pretty tough, they say, so.
That's right. You see NHL players sometimes pulling out their own teeth on the bench.
There you go. That's it. So looking for a big period here from the Ice Blacks. 20 more minutes here, 3 shots away from a tied hockey game. Let's just start with one. Australia looking to put a damper on that and start this series, this Trans-Tasman series, with a win. They've started in the right direction, out shooting New Zealand 26-15.
Yeah, they had a really good second period. I think the first period was quite even. New Zealand coming out hot, both teams trading chances, but I think in the second period, Australia really took over and showed why they're in a division higher than New Zealand. But New Zealand, the underdogs, are not going to go down without a fight.
No. Todd will hang on to it, and he'll dump that all the way down. Chris Eden will get to that and look to set up the breakout. Goes back to Daigle. 11 seconds left on the power play here. One more rush. Daigle weaving through center ice. Steps around his own man, but Todd swallows him up at the blue line. Just kept in. Great hand-eye coordination by Chris Eden. Kasia will send that up, but not out. Daigle shot blocked by Carini. Way to get his body in the lane there. Fontaine racing for it. Carini gets there first. Nice check by the linesman to get into Carini's way. Accidentally, of course.
Thank you to the 6th player.
Justin Daigle behind his own zone. He starts heading up ice. Finds Chris Eden attacking with speed. Looking to weave through. Great play by Brunt. Atwell with it. He rims it around to Dalmatau. Kubara hits him. Could have been on the numbers. Maybe too many men.
Yeah, I heard some yelling from the benches. See what the call is here. Explaining to the New Zealand bench, I think it's going to be a penalty against New Zealand in this case.
I think.
Yes, we see someone lining up to get in the box.
Stand by, folks. We'll get you an answer. We're just trying to sort out what's going on. It's the official.
In the chat, Dan, he says, keep the puns coming. We have a license to get punny.
Let's see what we can do here. Be careful what you wish for, Dan. It could get live out here. Looks like Costa's going to go back. Did they mistakenly put up a 2-minute penalty for Braden Costa? Forget to adjust it to the 4? Is that maybe what they were?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So, Casey Kubara is over there. discussing with the officials, just trying to try to get an answer.
Yeah, the in-arena PA announcer should let us know eventually.
Yeah, hopefully
what's
we can hear
going
something.
on.
So Callum Burns is over there, having a little corrido, little chat.
Nice use of Terreo there.
Oh, you got to try. You got to do your best, right? Got to do our best. Kubara and Burns talking about, oh, you know, I heard this place around the corner is pretty good to eat. What are you thinking? Oh, you know, maybe not, maybe not.
I think the
So,
referees.
Just with my very beginner lip reading skills, it looks like Casey Kubara is saying to his coach that they didn't set the clock, the penalty to the right time.
Oh, that it wasn't a 4-minute penalty.
It looks like they forgot, or they may have just mistakenly set it up as a 2-minute.
Yeah,
But
the Australian players back in the box.
nothing showing on the clock yet, so we'll see what's going on. Are they going to drop the puck?
Australians only have 4 out there, so I guess New Zealand's back to the power play.
2 minutes.
Or resuming the power play.
Yeah, Funes will get to there. Can't get it out, but Kubara is there to help him. He'll dump it down. But Amston try to go D to D off the side of the net, but Miettinen steps away, so Amston still now mishandles the puck. He'll just bump it back to Burns. Burns looks to head up ice. Finds Dalmatau, who'll dump it down into the corner. Nobody to chase, so Christensen will get there first, and he'll just send it down onto Chuba, who kicks it back up to Ian Otis. He goes back to Amston. Amston looked to step. Nice move through the middle through Miettinen. But Miettinen does well to come back. Casey Kubara stepping in on a breakaway shorthanded, semi-break shorthanded shot. Great save, Chuba. Rebound. Cleared away by Amston. Dalmato with Freer coming in 2-on-2. Finds his man shot. Saved by Toivonen into the glove.
Both goalies making some good saves back and forth. And I think we'll see on the replay now, or rather we're seeing the shots from New Zealand coming in. Good glove save by Toivonen, looking calm and collected. Maybe we'll see that save from Chuba a bit later. I think it was Kubara on the breakaway there. It bobbled a little bit on him. So he didn't get the cleanest shot off, which helped Chuba out a little bit.
Well, so it looks like the referee has gone into the penalty box just to sort out what time that player is coming out, because as you could imagine, the benches and the coaches would like to know what time Costa is coming out of the box. He might know over there, but us mortals up here would like to know as well.
Apologies for the confusion for anyone watching this. I think they've sorted it out now.
Nothing coming up on the board yet, but that's okay. Ice Blacks control that face-off. Chop past Daigle. Webster going after giving chase. Daigle trying to spin away from him. He'll reverse back to Fontaine. Up he goes. Steps around Lashenko. Back to Eden. Come through with speed. Tries to reverse it. Webster gets there first. He'll chip it away. Here comes Costa out of the box. Chuba chooses not to play it. Costa with it. Looks for the high man. 2 men in front. Webster shot. Missed the net. Rebound. Off the end wall. Chuba does well to stop it, and he'll just sit on it.
Yeah, that's a classic 90s goalie move, sitting on the puck. Old school.
It took a weird bounce off the end wall, and Webster tried to jam it home, but Chuba able to keep his skate on the post and keep that out of the net.
Yeah, the boards have been lively
sat
today.
there for a moment.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Oh, the penalty's over.
Penalty is over.
Yeah.
Face off to Chuba's right. Woodman face off against Dalmato. Dalmato wins that one. Sandoy with it. He goes up to Regan. Chops it up to Funes. He looks to go D to D. That hits a leg, back into New Zealand zone. Chuba leaves it there for Sandoy. Sandoy behind his own zone. Rims it around for Harrison. Jumps over his stick, but he's able to punch it to Dalmato. Kicks out to Regan. He comes in one-on-one with Funes. Looks to step around. Great stick from Funes. Dalmato on the follow-up. Can't get it. He is hammered by Chen. Harrison saying hello to O'Hanley. I think the temperature is going to rise a couple of degrees here, folks. Stay tuned.
Yeah, I could hear the crowd yelling. those cross checks to Ivan Dalmatau's back for a penalty.
Well, I think Dalmatau wasn't paying attention, just backing up, and I can't remember who it was, but just leveled him from behind. When you're not expecting it, those are the ones that hurt the most. Regan finishing his check on Woodman there, or yes, Woodman. Simon over to Brown. Brown back to Simon. Simon looking to go cross ice. That hit a skate. Steven with it. Goes off the boards to Todd. One-on-one on Brown. Sean Brown gets around him. Looks to center. Couldn't be taken cleanly by Kashia. Boyle into the corner. Brown will win that battle from Steven. Carini wins the battle from Flight. Over to Steven. He goes around the net. Shot. Nothing to shoot at. Chabas did a really good job of sealing that post.
Yeah, good blocking save there. Didn't panic and got the whistle. Australia still bringing the pressure, trying to score a fourth goal here. New Zealand will need some offense to respond. They haven't been able to really generate many chances here in this third period, making it a bit too easy for Toivonen. Can see all the pucks coming into his glove.
Dylan Devlin will face off against Kubara, and they're just going to drop it. A little bit of an unorthodox one. I don't think either centerman was ready for that one.
Yeah, you don't see that very often.
No, not at this level, you don't, but that's okay. We play on. Amson dumps it in. That's stopped by Pretorius with his glove. Chalice trying to turn it over, but Kubara has it there. He'll send it down on Chaba, who kicks it over into the corner for Amston. Amston sends it up. Brunt, D to D to Pretorius. Pretorius can't get it through. Chalice stopping it there. Dylan Devlin gets his pocket pick. Here comes Kubara back the other way. Amson trying to turn away from the checking Kubara. He's taken down, and that'll be 2 minutes for tripping.
Yeah, good forecheck by Australia, but a little bit too aggressive there, and they take a penalty.
Casey Kubara trying to be aggressive on his forecheck. The dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge of Stephen Amston was able to just get Kubara's stick stuck in his skates, and that's a trip that these referees are going to call all day, every day.
Yeah, so a chance here for New Zealand to get a goal with 15 minutes and 17 seconds left. They want a goal soon to give themselves enough time to put another two past Toivonen.
Face-off won by Australia, and who is it there? Costa will send that down. Daigle has it now, sends it up to Fontaine. Fontaine drops it back to Daigle, slingshot maneuver. Over to Eden. He steps around Christensen, just loses the handle. He had his man beat. Lashenko giving chase to Daigle, and he'll just step away, and Daigle will have it. Sends it over to Fontaine. He'll look to wheel with some speed. Slows up, drops it to Freer. He's leveled by Lashenko.
New Zealand really
Costa
struggling to set up
D
on
D
this
to
power play.
Yeah, not a clean entry. Christensen will send it down. Dalmato bumps it back to Daigle. He'll just hang on to it. Let's get reset here, boys.
We're completely unbiased, of course.
Absolutely we are. Otis wheeling down the left side. He'll just rim it around. Chris Eden on it. Intercepted by O'Hanley, who gets there first and sends it back to Amston to start again in his own zone. Sends it through Chen to Otis, wheeling back to Amston. Amston again at that big long reach. Puts a shot on net, that just missed. Burns will get there. Chips it to Otis. Otis into Atwell in the corner. Up to Amston's shot. Great block by Chen. Sliding out, putting the body on the line. 22 seconds left on this power play. One more chance for one more rush for the Ice Blacks here. Up to Dalmatau on the quick up. He's able to get a touch, so no icing. Brunt will get in there, or Boyle, excuse me, gets there first. Sends that away, but not out. Otis on it now. He'll go up to the point to Burns, who can't keep the line. He goes back to Otis. Otis looking to go cross ice, picked off by Boyle, and he'll just dump down on Chubba, and Chubba will just calmly blocker that onto the mesh, and we'll get a face-off with 13:11 left in this third period.
So New Zealand, as we were saying, really struggling to set up on this power play. Couldn't get anything going.
Lashenko with a little double Dion action from the old Pierre Maguire, for those of you that remember.
Oh, yeah, good old Dion Phaneuf.
Dion Phaneuf. Face-off control by Australia. That shot gets tipped wide. Chalice will get there first. Looks to center it to Fontaine. Don't think he expected a pass on that one. Kicks off of Sandoy, and Fontaine will just chip that out. Kasia sends that one cross ice to Carini. He's got Todd driving to the net. That hit Flynn Hayward-Jones' skate away from danger. Fontaine harassing the D to keep that, but who was that? Boyle did well to keep that in play. Devlin sends that across. Chalice with it there. Steven looking to take it from him. Does momentarily, but big Remy Sandoy is there to help him out. Carini comes in and takes it back. Sandoy with a great stick lift there. I don't think Carini knew he got his pocket picked. And he knows it too. He's frustrated going to the bench. He had a golden opportunity, but a great stick from Sandoy.
Yeah, well done by Sandoy there.
Does well, takes the body on Kubara. Great play from Devlin to help out his D. Fontaine looking to turn it over. Shot there from Brunt. Oh, Kubara can't finish.
That was a close one. Off the post on the rebound.
Pretorius has it. Brunt gets hit from Hayward-Jones. Nice check there. Let him know he's there. Kubara sends that into the corner to his brother. Hayward-Jones with it. Chalice on Brunt. Trying to chop it off. Well done by Miettinen to Kubara. Leaves it for Miettinen. Hayward-Jones all over him. Kubara gets to that first. Devlin harassing him. Just enough to force Kubara to send that all the way back to his own zone.
Yeah, great zone pressure by Australia there, pinning New Zealand in, cycling it really nicely behind the net.
Great defensive zone coverage there from New Zealand as well to force Australia to make a bad pass. Great stop and go from Sean Brown, sending Connor Harrison away. Just missed his pass on Alex Regan off his skate, and here comes Bruck the other way. Webster with a shot, that goes wide. Christensen onto it. He sends it to Lashenko. Great block from Harrison.
He's
Webster
feeling it a
back
bit.
on it. That looked like it hit him in the knee. Those never feel good. Sean Brown cuts off the cycle. Tries to make a move. Does well. Lashenko does well to get in his way. And Dalmatau supporting that. Turns it over behind his net. Sean Brown winning the battle again. And he'll just send it out, but not out. And Alex Regan will chip that back to Australian ice. D to Christensen. Christensen gets the red line. Ooh, Kozak had Webster coming across the blue line. Chen kicks it back to Christensen. Christensen looking to go cross ice, stopped by Kozak. Nice play by Flight to keep it. That gets bounced back to Daigle. Daigle D to Freer. Freer up ice. Otis kicks it to open space. And that gets chopped back to New Zealand territory. Daigle onto it. Woodman finishing his check on Daigle. Chen coming in. And that gets poked away by Chaba.
Ooh, referee trying to steal the puck.
Kozak had to dangle the referee. Didn't expect that one. But he steps into his man. Chen goes up to Owen Hanley at the point. Kozak looking to block a shot. Gets through. Rebound is there, but Otis is home. Heads up.
Oh, what a hit.
Chen takes out Otis. Funes took out Kozak. Australia's bringing the physicality. Todd cross ice to Chen. He'll just send that down off Chuba's right leg. Freer gives it up to Todd. Great play from his brother Freer to steal it from Todd. Chris Eden onto it. Mishandles the puck. Carini with it now. Looks to head up ice. Missed his pass to Lodge. Freer with it to Atwell. That one bounced back to Carini, and they go back the other way. A little pinball here in the neutral zone. Atwell steps into his man. Kasha gets stepped into by Amston. Boyle, heading over. Atwell winning the battle, leaving it there for Burns. He'll kick it over to Chris Eden. Harassed there by Carini. Amston stepping in to help a teammate. Burns with it now. Looking up ice. Misses his man, and that will be enough for icing.
Seeing some great or terrible puns in the chat there.
What have we started?
So Dan saying, I'm assuming the Aussies will hit the Kubar after this game.
That's
Hopefully they do. It'll make it a bit easier for New Zealand tomorrow. Please, Aussies, go hit that Kubara.
Which one?
You have any recommendations for them? The dirtiest bar you can find.
Oh, they're all great in New Zealand, no comment. Every bar here is the best bar. Freer will get to that first, chip it out into neutral ice. Brunt goes D to D to Pretorius. Pretorius gets the red line, and he's still going. Pocket pick by Atwell. Atwell looks for Fontaine, just missed. But he wins the race from Brunt to negate the icing. He gets there, heads up, just sidestepped a check from Mietinen. Was it Brunt sends that to neutral ice, chopped back by Sandoy. Devlin sends that cross ice. Lashenko has it, he steps into Eden. Pretorius takes over. Devlin looking to pickpocket Pretorius, but he gets it back, and he'll look to stretch those legs and head up ice. Gets the red line and sends it down and goes to the bench for a change. Sandoy starting behind his net. He'll set it up here. Hits his D partner, Hayward Jones, who gets the red line and has a check for his troubles from Ruck. Christensen, D to D to Costa. Took a weird bounce away from Costa, but Lashenko is there, and he sends that down. Could be icing. Chaba chooses to play it, and he'll hold on with Steven.
Yeah, it makes a safe decision
or Webster, Webster.
Flynn Hayward-Jones, Australian player, hot on his heels, made the right call there to cover it and count on a centerman to win the draw.
Great play from Webster to force Chaba into that face-off, because now New Zealand can't change.
Yeah,
so they
good
could have a tired group.
Yeah, as you've been saying, Australia's forecheck has been excellent today.
7:23 to go here in this first game. Webster and Devlin to Chaba's left. Big face-off coming here. Controlled by Chalice, supporting his centerman. Well done by Devlin to tie up his man. Comes out to in front. Lashenko shoots, that's blocked. Sandoy with it now. Reverses it to his D partner, Hayward Jones. Chips it by his man. Can't get it out, kept in by Christensen. Bounces it back, but Hayward Jones steps up to take it away. He's still with it, and he'll send that down and get to the bench on a change. Costa with it. D to D to Christensen. Hits Weber circling through the middle. Or Webster, excuse me. Lodge coming out. Shot. That just goes wide. Harrison has it now. Sends it on for Luke Simon. Luke Simon weaving through middle ice. Cuts away from Chen. Tries to step around Funes, but Funes does a good job to take that one away from him. Can't get the puck out though. Regan onto it. From his knees, makes a pass to Dalmato. Backhand shot. And that is scooped up by Toivonen.
Great effort from this line here, trying to get some energy going. They're doing their best, getting some pucks on the Australian net.
Looks like we're going to have a power play to New Zealand, excuse me. So looks like
must have been the trip on Regan.
Woodman is going to go 2 minutes for hooking. You're right. I think it was on Regan. I think Alex Regan had a step to the net to try to create an offensive opportunity.
Yeah. So, well done by Regan to draw that penalty.
That's just what happens when you keep your feet moving, right? Able to create space and force the defenseman into a penalty. Clean face-off win by Atwell. Amston onto it. Kicks it down to Burns. Bumps it into Otis. His pass is intercepted, and Australia will get a clear right on Chubba. He bounces that over to Amston. He reverses back to his Queenstown teammate, Callum Burns, and New Zealand captain. Todd harassing them. They'll turn it back to Brunt. Now to Carini. And he'll just dump that down, waste some more time. Okashia, excuse me. I promise you, Australia, I will get your last names right. I will figure it out by the end of this tournament, or the end of this weekend.
Yeah, we still got 2 more games for you to practice.
That'll go offside. There you go, 2 more games, just in time for next year, right?
Yeah, for us, we're all getting warmed up as we were talking about. The Australian League has already started. The New Zealand, the NZIHL hasn't started yet. So the referees, us commentators, all the players, we're all just getting warmed up here. So apologies if there are some mixes up and confusions as we get into it.
1:22 left on this power play. Face-off won by Australia. And Brunt will send that down. Fontaine will get to it. He leaves it for Daigle. Daigle coming up through the middle. Over to Chalice. He sends it through to Freer. Steps into a slap shot. Pretorius gets a leg to that one. Australia will get there first via Kubara, I believe it is, who sends that down the ice and goes for a change.
So just 52 seconds left in this power play. New Zealand really needs to get a setup, get a big body in front of the goaltender, take away his eyes.
Chalice looking to go cross ice. Daigle stepping up, trying to create something. Kubara can't clear. Freer all over Pretorius. And then Pretorius on the second attempt gets it out. Lashenko gives half chase to Daigle, who'll set up. 30 seconds to go here on this power play. I think New Zealand really looked to score here in this last 5 minutes. Just try to break the ice and kind of prove to themselves that they can get back into these games here.
Yeah, that's right. They want some energy, something positive to think about for this third period going into tomorrow.
Absolutely. Daigle moving it to Kozak. Webster finishing his check on Kozak, who bumps it back to Eden. 5 seconds left on the power play. Eden to Otis, who goes cross ice to Kozak. He bounces that into the zone. Toivonen stops it up. Oh, bounces in front. Weird bounce, but nobody there for the Ice Blacks to kick it into the net. Woodman finishes check on Kozak. Otis, Christensen, harassing Christensen. Christensen just sneaks it over the line. Back to Amson into his own zone. He'll circle back. Woodman chasing over to Flight. Flight finds Otis in the middle. Tries to kick it to Burns, just missed. Burns chasing Kashia. Steps into his man. Pass in front. Otis just missed.
Just
Great
off the heel
play.
of the stick.
Oh, great look. It's all right, Ian. It's going to come for you, pal. It's going to come.
He's still battling despite taking that big hit earlier in this period.
Bouncing puck. Regan gets back. Jackson Flight wants it on the cross ice. He gets it. Does well to tip it down. Toivonen tries to go catch New Zealand on a change to Chen. Harrison steps into him. Heavy check. Dalmatau turns it over, trying to find Harrison. Leaves it for Dalmatau. He's coming in. Tries to step around O'Hanley, who does well to take it away. Hayward Jones forces Chen just to chip it into New Zealand ice. Sandoy with his head up. Looks to go cross ice to Connor Harrison. Took the bounce off the boards to negate the icing. Trying to protect the puck from O'Hanley, and does. No penalty on the play there as Harrison goes down. Hayward Jones stops that play, looks to dump it down and can't. Stopped by Todd. Fune sends it over to Chen. Sandoy there on the angle. Chen can't get a good shot away, and he has his check finished on him. Hayward Jones on Steven, who circles around the top. He goes to Kashia. Kashia shot. Great save. It may have hit Sandoy in front. Looks like he's favoring that right leg. I think that one caught him on the kneecap.
Ouch. Another kneecap shot.
Steven again. Saucer pass to Kashia again. Looking backdoor back to Steven. Just missed. Fontaine on him. Back to Kashia at the top. Seed sifts it through. Flynn Hayward Jones with a stop. Fontaine on that one. Shot. Scores.
Ooh. Yeah, Chuba didn't see much there.
Zachary Boyle with the seeing eye shot. But like you said, Bartek, you got to take the goalie's eyes away.
Yeah, that's right.
Look at all that traffic in front of the net. No way Chuba was able to see that one.
Yeah, two Australian players battling
New Zealand defenseman.
Against one defenseman back there. And Chuba very deep in his net, unfortunately. Probably should have come out a little bit. I mean, there's not much you can do when you can't see the puck. You just got to make yourself big and really hope it hits you at that point. Yeah,
there,
we can see his
from this angle.
Oh yeah, that's not much you can see.
Not much that he could see from that angle there.
Yeah, seeing the puck definitely helps you make the save. So it's 4-0 now for Australia. New Zealand, with a few minutes left, 2 minutes and 9 seconds, will want to get something going here, something positive going into tomorrow.
Australia wins that face-off. Atwell steps it, kicked forward by Miettinen to Luke Simon. He looks to turn up ice. He dumps that down. Toivonen will leave it there for Brunt. Pretorius onto it, kicks it up to Kubara, intercepted by Eden.
Goal scored by number 6, Zachary Boyle.
Atwell supporting 5 men in the battle there. Kubara comes away with it, kicks it over to Brunt, who tries to send it up, turned back by New Zealand. Kubara with it, gets the red line. He's stepped into hard by Atwell, kicks it over to his brother. Back to brother, give and go. Little brother, give and go for a great shot and a great save. Luke Simon battling with one of the Kubara brothers. And that gets sent back to Pretorius, who will leave it for Brunt. Overskates the puck. Eden nearly took it away from him, but he was offside, so the Ice Blacks will have to touch up. But Almatau takes it away, sends it to Eden on a partial break. If he can get there, shoots. Great save, Toivonen. Looking 5-hole, and Toivonen shut that down. Great
Excellent
play.
save.
Excellent save, great play. Slap shot from Freer, blockered away by Toivonen. Just under a minute to go left in game 1. 4-0 Australia leads. Toivonen kicks it over to Pretorius. Sends it over to Kubara. Kubara goes back to Pretorius. 50-50 puck. Harrison gets there first. But Kubara is back to support. He goes cross ice. Miettinen needed a change, so he wasn't able to chase that one. No icing. Regan looking to wheel up ice. Finds Harrison. Harrison not able to make his pass. Ruck has it now. Harrison looked to step into Ruck. Ruck got out of that way of that freight train. I've been hit by that one more than a few times, and I'll tell you, it doesn't feel good.
Oh, I can imagine.
10 seconds left in the third period. Carini, or not Carini, excuse me. Ruck getting in on it. Christensen trying to step into Regan, who gets there first. And that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. That will do it.
So a commanding victory for Australia. 4-0.
4-0. Outshooting New Zealand 35-18. And we will see everybody tomorrow for game 2. What do we think New Zealand needs to do?
Score on the power play. That might help.
That could absolutely.
They had a lot of opportunities there. I think maybe 4 or 5 power plays, including one 5-on-3. I think we would have had a very different game if New Zealand was able to score on that 5-on-3. That first period, they were playing really well, had some good chances. I know there was a really nice one-timer from Daigle that just went off a stick and wide. If that maybe had hit the twine, I think we'd be seeing a very different game here. Australia just played really solid when they had the lead. Once they had the lead, they really forced New Zealand to make mistakes, counterattacked really well, and made it difficult for them. As hard as New Zealand battled, Australia's systems were very strong. How about you? What do you think?
I think New Zealand needs to look to penetrate the middle a little bit more. Australia did a really good job of clogging up the middle, especially on the power play when they were killing penalties. But even in 5-on-5 play, they really just suffocated New Zealand every time they tried to get into the middle. All of New Zealand's looks were from the outside, which if you're shooting from outside the dots, I would say 99 times out of 100, the goalies are going to stop that at this level.
That's right, and it is a big ice surface, so you're shooting from quite far away if you can force people to shoot from the board, since we're playing on, I believe, somewhere in between NHL and international size. So Australia took advantage of that, forced New Zealand to the outside, as you said, made it easy for their goaltender. But of course, actually credit to Toivonen. He didn't get very many shots, only 18 shots, but actually that's quite tough for a goaltender to stay focused. And he was razor sharp the entire game, made some big saves when he was called upon, as we saw that breakaway save late in the game. So as we were talking about, they'll definitely need to take away the goaltender's eyes. I think maybe some adjustments on the power play to get a big body in front of him. New Zealand doesn't have quite as many options in that department as Australia, so maybe Sandoy, the defenseman, park him in front of the Australian goaltender.
Potentially, yep. So I think there's a lot of positives as well that New Zealand could take away from that. They were very disciplined in the defensive zone as well. They also, give them credit, they did a good job of holding Australia to the outside. I mean, you look at their goals, bar that fourth goal. They were all just weird bounces, you know. You look at the third goal off of Simon's feet, kind of took a weird hop that
was very
a tough one to collect, and just so happened to fall perfectly onto Miettinen's stick. The first goal, even, there was how many bodies laying in front, right? 3-4, and Kubara was able to get there first and send that home, but.
Yeah, you called it. It took some chaos to get that first goal.
A lot of goods, a lot of positives from both sides to take away. But I think I'm excited to see what's going to happen tomorrow. I think there is the passion. There's definitely the boys are buzzing, as we'd say back in Barrie. That was it was good hockey to watch.
Yeah, that was good, and New Zealand will definitely bring the intensity tomorrow. As we saw last year in Game 2, they were able to beat Australia in overtime, and they'll be looking to replicate that tomorrow. Give the fans something to cheer for. I think this house would go wild if that happened again.
They have announced, if you're following New Zealand ice hockey on socials, they have announced that is a sold-out crowd tomorrow. And let me tell you from experience, a sold-out Hive is not to be missed. So unfortunately, if you weren't able to get a ticket, you'll have to be a little bit quicker next time.
Or maybe Sunday. Hopefully there's some Sunday tickets.
There will be some Sunday tickets. But I can tell you that a sold-out Hive is the place to be. Where else would you rather be on a Saturday night, Bartek?
I don't know. Definitely in the Hive. Here
That's
with
it.
you, bringing the commentary to you guys watching at home. So thank you all for tuning in. It was a pleasure. I've been Bartek Evertovsky and Kyle March, and we'll continue to be these people tomorrow when
That's
we
it.
see you.
We'll see you tomorrow.